My name is Joseph Darling. This is the Girls of High Value channel. What I want to share with you guys today is how it's possible that women are not to be blamed and that they should not have any responsibilities. How does this work? Because there's guys, when they hear my philosophy, they're like, women are gonna be lazy, they're gonna sit on their ass all day long, gonna watch Netflix, and they're not gonna do anything. What are you teaching people? But I know what I'm doing. And the reason why is because I know for a fact that a woman that is completely unburdened by the things of this world, who is allowed to be protected in a cocoon of an environment that a man has provided for her, where he's protecting her, where he's protecting her emotions, where he provides the necessities of life of food, clothes and shelter, where the woman can be herself without having fears of being judged or shamed, or where she can vent, where she can allow her emotions to be explored and also to explode, where women can feel safe and secure in the presence of that man, and in that environment that he's created. What happens when a woman is completely unburdened in that kind of environment that I just described? Do you think that she's gonna sit down and watch Netflix all day and be bored? Do you think that she's just gonna sit on her ass? No. Women are inherently good. What do I mean by that sentence? When I say women are inherently good, it means that when a woman is completely absolved from all responsibilities, she does not have to think about the past, she doesn't have to think about the future, guess what's going to happen? Her mind will naturally turn towards fulfilling needs. Her mind will naturally, automatically be directed towards doing good to others. Her mind is going to be completely, immediately brought into improving the now for herself, but also for the people around her. Her husband, first foremost, her kids, her extended family, her friends. Everyone who is around her will feel the happiness and joy that is in her heart because she's being provided for and protected. When she knows that no matter what she does, she will be understood. She will not be judged for who she is, and that the things that she does has a purpose. And that at times she's going to be corrected. And that's okay, but she's not going to be burdened by the correction. The man will lead her in such a way that she will want to hear how she can improve. And he'll simply explain how he thinks maybe it could be done better, but in a leadership type way that she trusts. And because she trusts him, she applies it. In today's relationships, women sometimes, when they're burdened, have a lot of issues taking constructive criticism because they're burdened. That's the only reason. A woman that is unburdened has, it's almost like she has rocket fuel in her system that makes her chase self-improvement and bettering the lives of others like nobody's business. Okay? The reason why we don't see it very often is because it's non-existent. Women are being blamed left, right, and center. Women have been blamed for millennia and centuries. The reason why I know that women are inherently good is because I've seen it in my wife. I've seen it from the point we got married. I did not know who she was when we got married. We got married real quick because she wanted to be married and to not increase her sexual partner count. It was critical for her to get married at the point she wanted to get married. She was 22 years old. We got married, and I understood that she had a lot of baggage. Guess what? She was a reflection of who I was at the time. And who I was at the time was who I was at the time. I was a feminine little girl. Until I began to discover what was actually burdening her. The things that were burdening her were her pasts. Right? The way she grew up. Her parents' divorce. Her mother, her mother-in-law who was causing a lot of distress and pain for her. The loneliness she had during her teenage years. She had been so massively burdened. And then she went through her teenage years not understanding herself, not understanding boys and how difficult relationships were. She wanted just to feel love and to be cuddled and to feel that someone accepted her and loved her. And she came into our relationship hoping that maybe I could solve those problems for her. I was high value before we got married. The moment we got married, I became low value immediately. I was her biggest hope, and I was failing her the 3 first years of our marriage, being low value man. Until I began to understand the woman, until I began to actually listen to what she was saying and not judging what she was telling me. And truly allowing her to speak her mind and to tell me everything, all of her secrets from the past. This is what allowed me to enter into her psyche and also allowed me to study things that I was at that time not ready to study. In order for me to understand the darkness of the burdened woman's mind, I had to go to places where women were truly burdened. And this was when I began to learn about players and learn about the horrificness of the practices that they use in order to manipulate women to get laid. But yet they had the answers. They were applying principles that consistently worked with pretty much 9 out of 10 women that they met. The best players in the world seduce women naturally and easily because they've done it so many times that it's a piece of cake. They almost get bored of it. And I, as a Christian guy, at that time, very spiritual guy, very religious guy, very nice guy, feminine guy, I had to actually explore that. I had to go through hell to get to heaven. I had to go through suffering in order to find peace. I had to study the players in order for me to understand the enemy and understand what was truly going on. Once I understood the female psyche, I understood where they were going wrong, and that was because they were blaming women. But now I understood that when you blame women, you are taking away from yourself the responsibility and the power to change. And I understood that this was not good. I understood that if I wanted to change the situation with my wife and make her love me, make her and for me to progress our relationship to another level, which I managed to do, I needed to not blame her anymore, take upon myself the responsibility of changing. Once I began to change, everything started to change. Our relationship 10x'd from there. Okay, we started to bond. We started to create a movement together. We started to figure out the philosophies and the teachings about women that I have not seen anywhere on planet Earth. We're the only movement, the only organization that does not blame women, that put all the blame on man not understanding the woman. If men understood women truly, understood the capacities of the unburdened woman and how much she's capable of doing and how much she will naturally do in terms of fulfilling responsibilities that are not hers, but that she's passionate about helping others when she is unburdened, when she's full of life, when she's bubbly, when she's got the passion of life and juice within her, she naturally does all the good that she can. Because she knows that at any point in time, if it becomes a burden, she can back off. And if she knows she can back off, she can always keep the balance in place so that she doesn't do too much and she doesn't do too little. And nothing is being required of her that people need her. This is exactly what we want, where women can actually choose according to how they feel in the now. Because of what they're feeling in the now, their emotion is telling them to do things. Women, if they give over all responsibility to the man, to the husband, they will run towards responsibility and serve others like nobody's business. And the more joy that they create in other people's lives, you have no idea how joyful the unburdened woman is. You have no idea how much joy and happiness that unburdened woman brings to other people when she's unburdened. And you have no idea how much capacity the unburdened woman has to serve others, because she's doing it together with other women, and she's doing it in the act of love. And when she's filled with love and joy and happiness, her capacity just 10x's, and she is allowed to fulfill her true feminine potential. She now begins to look at joy and happiness and service as pleasurable instead of something that is painful. That is where we're leading the girls of high value to realize that not having responsibilities is pleasurable, and going towards responsibilities while still not wanting them. It's not yours, but you can have as much as you want whenever you want. It doesn't matter. Come and go as you please. Serve and not serve as you please. And feel those bubbly emotions and the joy and happiness in you that will happen naturally. That's what I want to say to guys who say, oh, girls are just going to sit on their ass all day long watching Netflix. No, burdened women do that. And the whole world is suffering because women are not able to tap into their feminine potential. And whose fault is it? It's men. Why is it their fault? Because they don't understand the woman. What are we doing with the Men of High Value channel? We're going to help them understand. This is the Girls of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you again tomorrow.